Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to this webinar, which is specially conducted for all those parents who are enthusiastic, who are ready to learn, ready to change, and ready to upgrade their skills related to parenting. So I invite Rajini ji, please join quickly. So sweet to see you. Very nice. This is for the first time I think we are going to interact with each other. I'll be very happy if you please open up uh, your your video also so that we can see each other clearly. If you are comfortable enough, you can open up the video. You can come on a video mode. So the purpose of this webinar is to tell the parents that why it is so important to have upskilling their knowledge. It is so important to have a brush on or upgradation of parenting. Parenting being a topic which is ignored for a longer period of time. See, we have upgraded version of almost everything available. Upgraded mobiles are there, upgraded skills are there, upgraded techniques are there, but when it comes to parenting, somewhere I feel, and somewhere the society also feels, that we are not doing justice with this topic called as parenting. Why? Because not enough of information is also not available with us, right? So the poor parent and poor children, they are left in between the doldrums only, what to do and what not to do. But to your rescue, I feel lucky myself that I am there. I have taken enough of knowledge related to this topic so as to help my lovely friends in this area. And I'm so happy that we have enthusiastic parents who are ready to change their learning techniques and upgrade their parenting skills. See, when we talk about parenting, no, all over the world, the main motive of parenting is to have happy people, happy, responsible, and successful teenagers, and you can say your children all over the world. If you talk to any parent, they'll say, ma'am, we want our children to be very happy. We want our children to become independent as early as possible. And we want our children to be successful in all streams, all fields, all spheres of life. So it's good to know every parent. See, we all work for our children. हम सब अपने बच्चों के लिए ही तो काम करते हैं. So when we all work for our children, it is but obvious that we want betterment of our children, right? So when we talk about the approaches related to parenting, then there are various approaches. Every parent have a different approach. My approach, mummy papa's approach, their own approach, so many other things they keep doing, experimenting. So parenting is actually a bigda hua version of experimentation. So much of experimentations we do, and it becomes really very difficult. I almost speak to every parent, no, so that they keep telling me ki, ma'am, it is very difficult to manage the teenagers. So why we have dedicated this entire month to teenager was because of this reason only, so that poor parents have some sigh of relief, so that they get some guidance that how to tame, how to handle, how to have a better communication with their growing up children called as teenagers. So when we talk to parents, no, most of the parents, they are of the opinion that they are having similar kind of problems, like similar kind of challenges. What kind of challenges do they face? It is either related to, most of the parents are having very less communications and a connection, emotional connect with their children, right? Then mobile viewing, then addiction of junk food is too much there, right? So the teenagers, they are in their indulgence toward junk food is so much there. Then they are not academically, they are not, their attention span is somehow, they are distracted so much, so their attention span towards academic is also not great. That's what I get to know about from the parents. They say that my child is super genius, he can do wonders, uske number bhi अच्छे आते हैं, marks bhi अच्छे आते हैं, but when it comes to studying and concentration, their concentration span is less, so they cannot concentrate for a very long period of time. And most of the parents, they are they generally they cry upon this fact that, ma'am, they are becoming aggressive, they have a lot of anger in them. And I feel sad to name this term, which is not a very good term, which is called as teenager depression, which is on a hike these days. बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ रही है teenager depression. So in our time, if I talk about my time 20-30 years back, teenager depression kind of a thing was not there. Only it wasn't there. The time has changed now, and thanks to what has changed, the hormones are the same, the systems are working in the same manner, mom dad are same, everything is same. The only ghost that has appeared, the invisible enemy that has appeared, was is that the excess of internet facilities and having this mobile phone. So it has changed the complete society has undergone a complete change because of the intervention of this ghost. I call it a ghost. I never call a smartphone a smartphone. It's a dumb phone, I must tell you. It's a dumb phone. जैसे हमारे टाइम पे इडियट बॉक्स कहते थे ना टीवी में, टीवी को we used to say idiot box टीवी को, तो इसी तरह से स्मार्टफोन आर नो मोर स्मार्टफोन, दे आर डम फोन्स. उन्होंने बच्चों को डम बना दिया है, बिल्कुल डम. So इसलिए it's very important to have, see, teenagers are not going to listen to you until and unless you give them a justification. एक valid चीज नहीं दोगे तब तक आपकी सुनेंगे नहीं वो. So it is very important for all of us to understand teenagers, this age, the hormone functioning and the brain functioning. It is very important for all of us as parents, as teachers, as educators to understand. Now, if I tell you about myself, why I find myself suitable to teach the teenagers all these kind of things, because I have been an educator in Delhi Public School, Ludhiana, from the past 15 years. I have worked as an educator in the school, where I have dealt with the students as early as 7 years to 16, 17 years. So I know, I have seen in and out. I know about their emotions. I know how do they feel. I know how to interact with them. I know so many situations that they find very difficult to, and they are struggling. So I have dealt with not only with them, I have dealt with the parents. So I understand the parents' psychology also, and I understand the teenager psychology also very closely. I have dealt with them. I have lived my life with them. So that's why after leaving my job, after completing 15 years, I was blessed with a baby girl. So I left my job. I took a decision that I'm going to be a parent now. So I took a decision. So I am a mother of a teenager and a mother of a toddler also. So I know both the extremes. So I know it's a roller coaster ride, but it's enjoyable. So that's why then I explored more, and I have invested a lot of time, energy, and a lot of learning into this field. Now I am capable enough to tell the world that why teenagers are like that. Why do they feel the way they feel? And what are the things that we should understand about them? So it becomes absolutely important for all of us to understand teenagers, to give them a support rather than becoming a barrier in their path. We have to show them a right track. Parents are never wrong. I always say this. Parents कभी गलत नहीं होते. वो हमेशा अपने बच्चों का अच्छा ही सोचते हैं. But many a times, unknowingly, we do so many things which hinder the relationship between the parent and the teenager. So generally what the parents do, when I speak to so many parents, they tell me, generally the approach to solve any problem is like, first of all, you will explain your child. Suppose there is some problem going on. So what will be the first approach? First approach will be, you will explain your child. Then second time, if the same mistake is done or the child does not understand, you will scold. And the third will be the punishment. And when after that, you are not left with anything. So you can come to a counselor or person like me कि मैम अब तो हमने punish भी करके देख लिया, इस पे कोई असर ही नहीं होता. It's a very common statement said by almost all the parents. बेचारे बहुत परेशान होके कहते हैं कि मैम हमने एक्सप्लेन किया था, हमने उनको डांटा भी, हमने उनको पनिशमेंट भी दे दिया, अब मैम we are not left with any other thing. What to do? Of course, if you have given a punishment, that should be your last resort, दैट शुड बी योर आपने वो कर दिया, उसके बाद अब क्या, नथिंग मोर इज लेफ्ट इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू. See, according to child psychology, you must understand as a parent, we must understand thodi si child psychology also. You know, whenever we have to solve a problem, we always tend to give advice to our children. Always. Why? Because we are having an upper hand. हम बड़े हैं, हमारा experience ज़्यादा है, हमारा belief level ज़्यादा है, हमारी expectations ज़्यादा हैं. So we always indulge in giving advice to our children. एंड अगर एडवाइस काम नहीं करती है, देन वी एड वॉइस. एड वॉइस मीन्स हम अपनी वॉल्यूम रेज करके बताने की कोशिश करते हैं, अथॉरिटी जताते हुए. both the cases in both the cases the child is not going to listen to you, that is for sure, especially if a child is a teenager. Toddler will still listen to you, but a child who's a teenager will never listen to you. You advise them, you add voice, they won't listen to you. This is for sure. आपने भी महसूस किया होगा, they won't listen. Either they will disconnect from you or they will change their place. So problem solve करते करते हम emotionally disconnect ही हो जाते हैं बच्चों के साथ. And then parents come to me and tell me कि ma'am there is no, it seems as if we are living with a stranger in the same house. हमारी कोई connection ही नहीं है बच्चे से, हमारा बच्चा बात ही नहीं करता है. So today I am going to tell you what are the 3 main responses for this kind of attitude. So if there is a problem, you have shouted, you have yelled on your children, you have shouted, you have told your children so many times, you have punished them. So in all over the world, there are only 3 kind of responses to your whatever your suggestion you are giving to your children. There are 3 responses to your behavior. The first response is called as a flight response. Flight response, you can say flight means अपनी जगह को shift कर लेना, taken a flight from one place and shifted to the another one. Right? So this is when the child is feeling pain, or the child is under stress, or the child is feeling depressed because of certain things. वो आपसे दूर चला जाएगा, वो अलूफ हो जाएगा, अलग रहने लग पड़ेगा. The hurt, the pain is so much in that child that has to come out. No, vent, उसको vent चाहिए. अगर vent नहीं मिलेगा तो मुश्किल है. So he or she will find out the vent somewhere else, like indulgence in TV or mobile games or books. Maybe he'll read books, or if not books, he'll go and find out the vent in friends. FB पे चला जाएगा, Facebook, Instagram. He'll be indulge in drugs sometimes, alcoholic, or he'll have a boyfriend or a girlfriend kind of a thing. So that means the emotion that the child wanted to convey to you, somehow because of your authority, because of your yelling, because of your telling, because of your advice, the child could not find you as a proper vent. तो वो वेंट उसने कहीं और ढूंढा, और वो क्या ढूंढा, वो ये सब चीजें ढूंढी. तो उसको मोबाइल एडिक्शन हो सकती है, वो ड्रग अब्यूज की तरफ जा सकता है, गर्लफ्रेंड बॉयफ्रेंड, अदर रिलेशनशिप अदर देन योर्स, अदर देन मम एंड डैड. he'll find out somebody else's shoulder to cry on, right? So in teenage, you have to be very very careful that your child should not go in the flight mode. Flight mode मतलब आपसे बिछड़ के किसी और के पास चला जाना, right? Second response that we have seen, most of the parents keep telling me, and according to the psychology also, second response is called as a flight response. Fight response is fighting back, giving you back. So either the child will be too aggressive and angry that he or she will become angry at that moment of time. आपने 1 डिग्री दिया, बच्चा 2 डिग्री देगा. आपने 2 डिग्री इंक्रीज किया, बच्चा will. I have seen many teenager children who become really aggressive. वो चीजें फेंकनी शुरू कर देते हैं, दरवाजे जोर जोर से मारते हैं. They harm themselves also sometimes. अपने आप को ही वो harm करना शुरू कर देते हैं. और अगर आपके ऊपर, because of the authority, the child is not able to take out that anger on you, they go in the school and they do the same thing with the children. तो वो बच्चों के साथ वही चीज करते हैं. What they do, they will become, they'll be the biggest bully in the class will be these kind of children, जो जाके टीचर को भी तंग करेंगे, जो जाके बच्चों को भी तंग करेंगे, और जो जाके स्कूल की किसी ना किसी प्रॉपर्टी को भी नुकसान पहुंचाएंगे. तो आपने देखा होगा पेरेंट टीचर मीटिंग में, अगर इस तरह के क्लास टीचर आपके बच्चे के बारे में ऐसी शिकायत करती है कि आपका बच्चा बहुत एग्रेसिव है, ही इज अब्यूजिव, or he is very physical with other boys, he's not responsible, that means somewhere you have not provided that vent. और वो vent, aggression का जो vent था, because child is physical in nature, वो aggression का vent जो था वो निकला जाके स्कूल में. So this is called as fight back, fighting back. The first one was flight, the second one is fight back. So the child is aggressive enough, anger ज्यादा है, गुस्सा उसमें ज्यादा है, तो गुस्से को वेंट नहीं मिलता, तो वो जाके फिर इस तरह से लड़ाइयां करता है किसी और के साथ. Right? So this is also in this case physical harm. The child will have a suicidal tendency kind of a thing also, कि मैं अपने आप को hurt कर लूं, अपने आप को मार लूं. ऐसी बच्चों में विचार आते हैं. You have to be very careful कि ऐसा बच्चा अगर आपका है तो you have to listen to your child very much, especially the child. We are talking about teenagers today, right? And the third response all over the world is freeze. Now this is something dangerous. Now you have to be really careful about this kind. If your child is like this, then you have to be really careful. Freeze is a mode that will go with the child for 20, 30, 40 years. It will stay with that. The vent will not be, child will not find out any vent. वो अपने अंदर ही रखेगा, अपनी feelings को बाहर ही नहीं निकालेगा. So if there is a situation in which you have scolded your children or your child, और वो बच्चा ना वो flight mode में गया ना वो fight mode में गया, उसने बात ही बंद कर दी, उसको लगने लग पड़ा मैं ही ऐसा हूं, I will not speak to anybody. The anger, the emotion, the frustration, everything the child will keep inside only. It will seep down inside the child. It will stay inside. So the child will become introvert. You must have seen many teenagers, they don't come up, they don't like parties, they don't like to go on anybody's birthday party. You will not see them mingling up with many friends. You will not see them. They will aloof themselves. अकेले बैठेंगे, अपने कमरे में बैठे रहेंगे, but they'll not come and mingle with anybody. They don't want to meet relatives. They don't want to. So you give a statement to them कि हमारा बच्चा introvert है. See, no child is born introvert. कोई बच्चा introvert पैदा थोड़ी होता है. All children are born with a lot of potential. It's we, the society, the parents, the environment, हम बच्चे को ऐसा बना देते हैं. तो इंट्रोवर्ट जो बच्चा बन गया है, उसके पीछे कहीं ना कहीं वजह यह है कि वो नॉन एक्सप्रेसिव रहा, आपने उसके एक्सप्रेशंस को बाहर ही नहीं आने दिया, तो वो फ्रीज मोड में चला गया. फ्रीज मोड will make a child introvert. He'll start staying alone. According to psychology, maximum depression and anxiety and suicidal tendencies these kind of children will have. They'll stay alone, और उनके दिमाग में सबसे ज्यादा खुराफाती दिमाग में चलता है उनका. They'll not talk to anybody. You will not get to know only what's going on in their brain. What's going on. So the only thing, इस चीज को आप उन बच्चे का सारा कॉन्फिडेंस खत्म कर देता है. ये बच्चा अपने आप को हाइड करके रखता है, उसका सारा कॉन्फिडेंस खत्म हो जाता है, एंड इट इज अ वेरी लॉन्ग प्रोसेस. इफ योर चाइल्ड हैज गॉन इन अ फ्रीज मोड, टू टेक योर चाइल्ड आउट ऑफ द फ्रीज मोड इट विल टेक 20-30 years. इतना लंबा टाइम लगता है उसको बाहर आने में. इट इज वेरी लॉन्ग प्रोसेस, और ये टाइमली ठीक भी नहीं होते हैं. एंड देन दीज काइंड ऑफ चिल्ड्रन विल लैंड अप इन सुसाइडल और ड्रग अब्यूज में चले जाएंगे, बिकॉज दे आर अलूफ. So in the longer run, if they are in relationship, like उनकी marriage भी होती है, तो भी ये बच्चे इसी तरह के रहते हैं. So they'll have problems in their relationships also, because कहीं ना कहीं वो जो anger है, that is there inside only. That इसको वेंट ही नहीं मिला, तो वो अंदर जो जख्म बने पड़े हैं वो कहीं ना कहीं नासूर बन जाते हैं, और बच्चे को खुद को भी नहीं पता होता कि why I am the way I am, क्यों मैं ऐसा क्यों behave कर रहा हूँ. So freeze, if your child is like this, introvert, less communication skills are there, he is not talking to anybody, he is staying alone, your parents' intervention is absolutely important. You must go talk as much as possible. अपने बच्चे के नजदीक रहिए. नहीं बात करना चाहता, still you don't have to give up. You are a parent, and a brave parent, that too of a teenager. So you don't have to break this barrier. You have to continuously speak. Let that communication be on all the time, right? Now, according to psychology, 90% of the elder siblings, अगर आपके 2 बच्चे हैं, तो elder sibling will 90% will go in a freeze mode or a flight mode. Flight mode, या तो वो अलग चले जाएंगे. freeze mode बिल्कुल ही बात करना बंद कर देंगे. और उनको हमेशा यही लगता है कि और जो छोटा बच्चा है, घर का छोटा बच्चा है, वो हमेशा फाइट मोड में रहेगा। हमेशा यू टेल देम ये नहीं मिलेगा आपको, आप देखो आपसे लड़ाई करके वो आपसे वो चीज ले लेगा। वो तो छोटे बच्चे को ज्यादा पता होता है कि हाउ टू टेक एडवांटेज ऑफ सर्टन सिचुएशंस। और जो बड़ा बच्चा है कहीं ना कहीं ये फील करने लग पड़ता है छोटे को ज्यादा प्यार मिलता है। और इस वजह से जो बड़े बच्चे हैं, एल्डर सिबलिंग्स, they go in this mode, either they'll go in a flight mode, aloof, or they will freeze, चुप कर जाएंगे बिल्कुल। एंड जो छोटा बच्चा है वो ऑलवेज इन अ फाइट मोड, ऑलवेज किसी भी तरह से अपनी जिद मनवानी आती है उनको। सो यू हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल एज पेरेंट्स that if your children are behaving in certain manner, our intervention is absolutely important, right? और as a parent, एज अ साइकोलॉजी, सी इन आप सबको चाहिए होगा कि भाई हम इन अपने बच्चों को हैंडल कैसे करें। अब ठीक है, फ्लाइट मोड है, 3 टाइप्स ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सेज आर देयर। सी आई मेक योर वर्क वेरी इजी, सो यू देयर आर नो प्रॉब्लम्स, एक्चुअली प्रॉब्लम्स आर दीज 3 ओनली। यही 3 प्रॉब्लम है। अगर आपने इन तीनों प्रॉब्लम को नर्चर कर लिया ना, तो 90% ऑफ द टीनेजर रिलेटेड प्रॉब्लम्स यू विल बी एबल टू सॉल्व, राइट? हमें पता ही नहीं चलता, you will agree with me that we don't even come to know what's going on, where we were wrong, where the children were wrong. And I am surprised, I feel bad also that no school give you such kind of practical information and guidance related to knowing self. We will give them we'll make them fully loaded vehicle with lots and lots of information related to almost every subject, but you as an individual subject, you do not know about anything about yourself. Children, teenagers, and the parents for that matter, they do not know how the teenager brain is functioning, what is the role of the hormones, and when the child is doing what, it is due to what influence, how to handle. We have spent so many lakhs and lakhs of rupees in the upgradation of iPhone or whatever you say. Your phone also tells you after 10-15 days, upgrade. But the parenting, the relationship, which is a 20-25 years of a big project, that is running on a guesswork only. Guesswork. It's like मम डैड ने जैसे सिखाया था हम चाहे वैसे कर रहे हैं, या उसमें थोड़ा सा अपना तड़का लगा दिया तो हम वैसे कर रहे हैं। Otherwise it's 80% is guesswork. Guesswork won't work, no? So don't you think that we need to upgrade our skills? It's very important. Now the solution for this problem will be that you as parent and your child, the teenager child, should be ready to face it. We have to face. Life is never going to be a bed of roses. You are providing everything to your children, I understand. Still you are facing problems. Imagine when the child will go and face the world, there will be so many problems in the world. And if the child is not aware, बचपन से ही हमने उसका base years को ही हमने अपना strong नहीं बनाया, तो बच्चा will never be able to adjust in the society ever. So it's very important for parents and for teenagers to face everything, face the challenges. So क्या आपको नहीं लगता कि फेस करना जरूरी है? अब मैं इसी चीज को सिखाती हूँ. I teach this only, how to face. I tell teenagers also how to face various situations, how to face anxiety, how to become confident, how to balance your hormones, how to balance the chemical reaction that's going on in your brain. And I teach parents also how to face your teenager boldly in an effective manner so that they land up as an individual and an independent citizen of the world, right? So फेस करने के लिए सबसे जरूरी है कि आपका बच्चा आपकी बात सुने. अब यहीं पे प्रॉब्लम आ जाती है. वो सुनेगा तभी तो अंडरस्टैंड करेगा. And after understanding, his actions or his behavior will change, right? So here only the problem is there. Children are not ready to listen. There are techniques, there are skills that we tell the parents and the teenagers how to listen to self, how to listen to the world around, and how to listen to parents also, right? So the focus of all the parents should be on listening rather than speaking. So the thumb rule is you have to 60% of listening and just 40% of speaking. It should be 60% of listening to your teenager. Most of the parents are not good listeners. You know why? because we are in the influence of our past experiences, our own beliefs, our own experiences. So we find that we have an authority over our children, so we don't listen. So more you have to listen. Write it down. This is a thumb rule: 60% of listening and just 40% of speaking. So if this thumb rule is followed, most of the problems are going to be solved. I'm telling you. If अगर आप अपने बच्चे की सुनेंगे, बच्चे भी आपकी सुनेंगे. हम उल्टा करते हैं, बच्चे हमारी सुने नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होगा. You have to listen. You know why? Because this is a stage of independence. Your child is becoming independent. So you have to let go your children without letting going your relationship. So this is a stage of dependence, say independent. You want your children to become independent, right? So when you want your children to become independent, you are not allowing them to go. No, they have to go. So let them go gracefully. Let them go without breaking your relationship with them. Accept. It's a phase we have all gone through. मैं भी रही हूँ teenager, आप भी रहे हैं teenager. We all have gone through this phase. When a child is छोटा, no, when a child is a toddler, we accept everything. हम सब एक्सेप्ट करते हैं कि गुड गुड गुड, आजा मेरा बच्चा ये कर रहा है, बिकॉज द एनवायरमेंट वी हैव प्रोवाइडेड, द लर्निंग एनवायरमेंट इज अंडर आवर कंट्रोल. वी हैव प्रोवाइडेड एवरीथिंग, right? When the child becomes a teenager, we start rejecting. Why? Because the child is going in a new environment, exploring new things, making new friends. He's absolutely in a different atmosphere. तो वो जो चीज सीख के आ रहा है, जो चीज नई उसको लग रही है, he's coming and telling you, you're telling you, mama, you know that that boy of my class, he has told me that he liked me very much, and उसको मुझसे he said I love you to me. And what will you say? The moment you will listen this, you will react, you will reject, you will say no, your company is bad, it should not be like this, हमारे टाइम पे ऐसे नहीं होता था, you are doing, your company is wrong, I don't know what kind of school you go to, you learn all these things from your school. See, the child is telling you, rather than accepting that this is normal, we have rejected. It should not be there. All human beings need acceptance. Every one of us. किसी को reject करके देखो. Right now, if I tell you you're not looking nice, your shirt is not good, your hair are not nice, you'll feel good. You won't feel good. None of us. So जब हम इतने बड़े होके adult को rejection नहीं पसंद, and your teenager who's growing up, who's born with so much of I in themselves, whose I is developing, we reject them just like that. So please, my dear parents, it's very important for all of us to understand. See, I understand if I am saying so many things, you must be feeling bad also, but we must understand we do all these things in our intentions are not wrong. We want good. We want to motivate our children. We don't want our children to be in a bad company or getting indulged in something wrong. We all want betterment of our children only. No, I understand that. But the only problem is that rather than accepting, we reject them. We reject most of the time. So when the rejection, so much of negativity is there, the child will not have that better connection with you. So that is how the teenagers do not understand themselves. See, they when I speak to the teenagers, no, I get this thing from them ki, ma'am, when all the children are doing the same thing. See, if all my friends are going for a late night party and my mom and dad telling me that don't go, it's not right, tell me who's right. Should I reject all my friends? My 50 friends are telling me that going on a party or wearing such kind of a dress is all right, it's normal, having a boyfriend or a girlfriend is all right. But my mom and dad, they are telling me ki this is not good, you should not have a boyfriend or a girlfriend at this age. Having a boyfriend and a girlfriend is wrong. When, tell me, one of the child asked me one question, my dear parents, I was surprised, I was not having any answer for this. He asked me, ma'am, the entire, see, after 25 years, mom and dad हमारी शादी कर देते हैं, right? And the entire life you have to stay with that person only, that one person that is an opposite sex. उसके साथ हमें रहना पड़ता है. बट मैम जब हम टीनेजर में होते हैं, हमारे को छोटी सी फ्रेंडशिप करने के लिए भी आईब्रोज खड़े हो जाते हैं मम डैड के. सो द बेस ईयर्स में ही हमारे को पता नहीं होता कि ये रिलेशनशिप गलत है, और उस गलत रिलेशनशिप को आफ्टर 25 ईयर्स एक हम परमिशन दे देते हैं कि यस, stay with this relationship. Ma'am, don't you think that this is wrong? I was shocked. And then I spoke to the parents. I said, your child is not ready to get married because you have not nurtured this friendship wala healthy relationship in his teenage. The child said, I don't want to get married now. मैंने शादी नहीं करनी. So somehow we parents, we need to understand that whatever is happening, the things have changed, undergone a lot of change. सब कुछ change हो चुका है. If we compare our time with this time, that means that is a different or to get altogether a different comparison, and we should not do this comparison at all. हमारे time में और इस time में बहुत फर्क है. It's too much. Everything has changed. You see, your dress up sense has changed. You see, your speaking pattern has changed. You see, schooling has changed so much. So don't you think that the parenting should also undergo a lot of change? It is still there. मम्मी पापा वाला काम, मम डैड वे, मेरा वे, या फिर गेस वे. Guess work will not work here. We really need to understand this, that our children really need a different kind of a parenting now. Parenting has changed altogether. So we spend a lot of money in education, but if the base years are not nurtured properly, then the children will stay stressed. Teenager depression, my dear parents, is increasing. It's on a hike. And I am surprised to see that the root cause of teenager depression is not in the school. It's there in the home itself, where the children, they have not got the vent to speak what they are thinking at that moment. Various situations are there, and children, they want to take out everything. They want to know about everything, but we are not providing the vent, just because of this reason that we are not able to understand whether we talk to our children or not. क्या ये बात करने वाली है कि नहीं, हमारी अथॉरिटी ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है या हम उनको लिबर्टी दें, कितनी अथॉरिटी दें, कितनी फ्रेंडशिप रखें, कितनी लिबर्टी दें. वी आर कंफ्यूज. आई अंडरस्टैंड, मैं समझती हूँ. आई अंडरस्टैंड दिस इज नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम, दिस इज अ ग्लोबल प्रॉब्लम. Mobile viewing is in increase. A lot of screen viewing has increased. You all know. Children are not aware. आप अगर बताओगे बच्चों को क्या बताओगे मोबाइल व्यूइंग से क्या होता है? So you will tell them मोबाइल व्यूइंग से आपकी आंख खराब हो जाएगी. बस यही बताओगे. Scientifically, what are the harmful effect of mobile viewing, screen viewing? हमें पता ही नहीं है. We don't know. Have we set up some rules for the family? If we are running a house is an organization. If our house is running without rules and regulation, without a timetable, a smallest organization like a school, a hospital, or a clinic, it will run on a set pattern. You know what is the set pattern, but there are no set pattern in the house. On an organization created on a guesswork, that's all. So how your kids will behave? Of course, the kids are going to be like this only. Nobody is goal oriented. They do not know what to do and what not to do. So my dear friends, I think you people must have started feeling bad now. See, my motive is not to make you feel bad, I'm telling you. And if I am making you bad, I'm sorry. So my motive, I know it's very, very difficult to swallow this pill that teenagers are difficult to handle. That I agree. But there are ways, there are means, there are techniques. And teenagers, I have lived my life 15 years. I have been into handling teenagers only. I was a teacher, so 15 years I have handled teenagers. Teenagers are easy to handle. उनको support की ज़रूरत होती है, उनको कान चाहिए सुनने के लिए बस. They need support. And उनको अगर कोई बताए कि what you are, what's going on, what is the hormone functioning right now, how is your brain functioning right now, they are ready to learn and unlearn and change and adapt. So don't you think that it is wonderful that we together as team should nurture our teenagers? You as parents and our teenagers. So if we all are together, I think we are going to make this world beautiful. I think we are going to make our teenagers land up as better individuals, right? हमारा सारा फोकस पता है कहाँ होता है? हमारा सारा फोकस होता है इंसिडेंट्स पे, घटनाओं पे. तू कहाँ गई थी, आप किसके साथ गए थे, आप कितनी देर बाद आए हो. इंसिडेंट्स आर नेवर हैपन. इंसिडेंट्स की वजह से बिहेवियर नहीं होता है. एंड आवर फोकस इज ऑन बिहेवियर ऑल्सो. Good behavior, bad behavior. Our focus is never on children. Our focus is behavior only. अच्छे नंबर आए तो बच्चा अच्छा है, गंदे नंबर आए तो बच्चा बिगड़ गया, नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता है, ऐसा नहीं होता है. दिस इज नॉट लाइक दिस. बिहेवियर इज एन आउटकम, यू नो. बिहेवियर इज ऑलवेज एन आउटकम. You cannot say that हमारा बच्चा अच्छा है या बुरा है because of certain incidents or certain behavior. Our focus is mainly on 90% of parents, their focus is on incidents. वो किससे मिलता है, वो कहाँ जाता है, वो क्या करता है, वो किससे बात करता है, इंसिडेंट्स उस पे होता है, और उसके आउटकम बिहेवियर पे होता है. अच्छा बिहेवियर, नंबर अच्छा है तो अच्छा बिहेवियर, किसी को नमस्ते सत श्री अकाल बुला दिया तो अच्छा बिहेवियर, नहीं बुलाया तो बुरा बिहेवियर. नो, नथिंग. उसके बीच में भी दो चीजें हैं, यू नो. इन बिटवीन इंसिडेंट्स एंड बिहेवियर देयर आर टू मेजर थिंग्स, दैट इज इमोशंस एंड बिलीफ. We do not work, we as parents do not work on emotions and belief. So I tell my teenagers how to build up strong emotions and how to build up beliefs. And I teach the same thing to the parents also. So rather than our focus on incidents and on this behaviors, our focus should shift on emotions, working on the emotions of our children and belief level. Believe me, my dear parents, children do change. अभी तो हमारे पास बहुत टाइम है, अभी तो गीली मिट्टी है, जैसे बनाओगे वो वैसे बन जाएंगे, जैसे बनाओगे. It's very fun. It's fun working with teenagers. It's too good. So to make this work easier for you, we have designed, team parenting has designed a beautiful session. Many of you are a part of that session also. Many of you have enrolled for the session and many of you have not. So allow me to share my screen. I'll show you. This is the program that we are going to run very soon. And this program is called as Knowing Teens Better. This program is going to be a special program for teenagers and their parents. The special part of this program is that it is designed for the entire family. Entire family means you as mom, as dad, and your teenagers. Even you have a toddler, the toddler will also see this. If you have your grandpa, grandparents at home, they can also be a part of it. It's a fun-loving program. It's going to start on 28th and 31st. Today and tomorrow are the 2 days when you can enroll. All the registrations are going to close after 25. And what are we going to learn? It is going to be 90 minutes of fun-loving interaction with the teenagers and their families every day for 4 days. 4 दिन के लिए interaction with family members, right? And teenagers. I think इतना कुछ हम करने वाले हैं इसमें कि you will be surprised. You'll be surprised. ऐसा program कभी हुआ नहीं. I used to do it with teenagers in my school, but इस level का नहीं करती थी मैं. This is something very unique. So if you want your child to have you and your children to have a better communication, this workshop is for you. If you want your child to know in and out about themselves, then this workshop is for you. They'll get to know about their developmental milestone and what is happening in this big bheja. This is called as brain में क्या चल रहा है, क्यों चल रहा है. They'll get to know. We'll work on the conditioning of the brain and the hormones. The screen addiction, which is so common these days, we are going to talk about this also. Okay, what is screen addiction, how much it should be there, and how to avoid it, and how to show up to the world. See, the teenagers they want to be the girls want to look sexiest in their peer group, and the boys want to look like a dude in their peer group. For how much it is good to have a body based attraction and how much it is not good, that also we are going to discuss. Then the last part is going to be very, very innovative. That is how to strike a balance between your studies, your emotions, and your relationships. Right? So many other things. I have jotted down very few topics here. There are many, 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 many more. Many more. Like how to deal with stress, anxiety, how to boost up your confidence. These kind of small little topics are also there, which I'll keep on telling the children on a particular day. So these are the payment options. We have kept a very minimum price for this so that this product should reach the public, the masses, right? So if you are interested, these are the options for the payment. You can take a screenshot right now and keep it with you. And my dear friends, if you have any friend of yours or any family members of yours which can take the advantage of this workshop, and you think that that person will take a lot of, see, I'm telling you, I am not an information coach. Information coaches are so many, they are available on Google Baba. You Google it and you'll get enough of information from everyone. See, I'm very friendly with teenagers, I'm very friendly. My entire life, I have till now, I have spent with teenagers, and I want to dedicate my life to the teenagers in the coming years too. I am not a information coach, I call myself a transformation coach, because I have practically done it many a times, many a time. So I want my knowledge, my experience to be shared in the public. It should go like a wildfire. Everybody should get to know about it. So if you know somebody who can be a part of this workshop, who can get a lot of things from this workshop, please do refer. Please do tell them. My contact number I have already shown you. So tell them to be a part of this workshop. I am 120% sure you are not going to regret की तो बात ही छोड़ो. You will learn yourself as an individual. कई ऐसी बातें हैं जो being parent हमें पता ही नहीं होती. So you will also get to know about a lot of things. So with this, our webinar is over. I hope I have added a lot of values in your life today. मेरे को लगता है कि मैंने आपको आज value addition दी है. अगर नहीं भी दी तो भी it's all right. We are running up a WhatsApp community. Come and join us. Every day we share one beautiful thing related to parenting. Come and join us. I'll be very, very, very glad to have you with me, right? Hoping for a long and a better communication and a connection and an association with you people. Thank you for sparing your valuable time to be with me in this evening. Hope to see you soon, and fingers crossed, come and join my workshop. Bye-bye and take care. Happy parenting, everyone. Happy parenting. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.